Up next on The Great, we're going to do the charcoal show. Everything about charcoal, and we'll take some listener mail and the secret ingredient.
Cool.
It's coming up on The Great. From the low country of South Carolina, it is the birthplace of American barbecue. Welcome to Great TV. It's Bill West here, along with Jack Waybor. And Jack is a 3-time South Carolina state champion. I'm founder, editor-in-chief of BBQTricks.com, and we get together every week and have a beer.
Talk about barbecue.
Talk about barbecue.
Budweiser Select for me today, Bill. Cheers.
East Bay IPA, actually a Charleston beer. And we love to get your emails, and we'd love for you to subscribe to the website, either via email or iTunes, which is, you can get to it all, greattv.com. First question comes from Beth in Highlands. She says she knows a little bit about barbecue, knows more about cleaning, but a mop sounds more like cleaning than cooking. What is a mop?
Beth, that is a great question. Thanks for writing in. A mop, a baste, and a sop are basically the same thing. You take a heated liquid and put it into a container, be it a stainless steel bowl or a pot or something along those lines, and the difference is how you apply it. A mop is applied with this particular instrument right here, which is a mop. You put your mop in there, get it all nice and wet, and then you kind of dab it all over your the product that you want to keep moist on your grill, and that's how you mop a product right here. Mop. This is
now. I think I've heard somebody say something about cold needs to be on cold meat, cold liquid on cold meat, hot liquid on...
Never put cold liquid on hot meat.
Never?
Never.
What's going to happen?
Well, actually, you're using liquid to keep it moist, and you're using liquid to keep the cooking process going, and when you put cold liquid on hot meat, it will stop the cooking process.
Okay.
You want to keep the process going forward.
There you go. So they mop in... So this thing here...
That's a mop.
I don't like... So it's got to be a pretty thin liquid.
Absolutely. Well, you shouldn't be basting. If you're going to sauce it, you sauce it. But this is mopping. All you're doing is keeping the outside of the meat moist.
The problem with that, though, is you're opening up the grill, I would guess, a lot.
Every once in a while, you got to open up your grill.
All right.
Keep the meat moist.
But make sure you give enough time.
Yep.
The mop. All right.
The mop.
Today's kind of gadget is a pretty big tool. And I thought you can tell everybody about it while I try and do it.
This particular instrument right here is called a charcoal chimney. The charcoal chimney is used to start up things. I don't care for lighter fluid, Bill. Lighter fluid gives a taste to the meat that I don't care for. So what I use is a charcoal chimney, and this is basically a flue setup. It's very simple to use. You take your newspaper and you roll it up and you put it into the bottom of the container right there, and then you put the charcoal in on top.
Can I do it with just 4 sheets? Let's see. I swear I can always do it with just 4.
You should be able to use 4 sheets. I like to set mine up a little bit differently. I don't like to crumble it. I like to roll mine up.
I'm a crumbler.
Out of it. There's all kinds of different ways to get the job done. That's for sure.
Let's see. Let's see if I can do it. I've never failed with 4 sheets. It seems to work. That's why it surprised me. I figured out the chimney pretty late.
If you're having problems if you do it this way and you're having problems, your charcoal, your newspaper lights too fast, make sure you go ahead and use some vegetable oil on the newspaper, and it will hold your heat down a little bit more and will give you a little bit more heat on the fire.
I'm holding this bag like we are getting money from Kingsford, which we are not.
Which we are not.
But we would like to.
Yeah, definitely.
Because actually I like this. This is the charcoal with hickory.
Yep. And Bill is using a briquette in here right now. And once you fill that up, wonderful. That's the briquette.
It's got hickory embedded in it, which is kind of a new thing.
It is kind of new.
All right, let's see if I can.
Get yourself an instrument of destruction to light with. There we go.
That'll work.
Lighter comes in from the side. Thank you, Chris.
Right on cue.
Right on cue. And all you do is light your newspaper, and it will go on its own, and you won't have to use any lighter fluid at all. Once the chimney gets started and gets moving along, here you go, Bill.
I got this one.
Once the chimney gets started and gets moving along and the fire gets in there, it will automatically ignite your...
All right, I'm going to back this. This is high-tech barbecue.
This is...
All right, you can put it down. It should.
Should go. Dead air.
But really, you don't need the lighter fluid much at all.
It keeps you away from using lighter fluid.
I figured we could let this thing go and see if
See
by
how
the end
long
of the
it takes.
show we'll have a white ash or not. Someone sent me a note. I said, wait until you're completely covered with white ash to use it. But they said, don't wait all the way till white.
It actually kind of depends, Bill. The charcoal will start on the bottom first, of course, and when you dump the chimney out, it's natural for the charcoal white to come to the top of the pile when you dump it over. So the cool thing about this particular Weber piece right here, we're using Kingsford charcoal and a Weber part right here, is you have this handle here to hold it, and that's safe. And when you grab this right here, you can kind of steady it, steer it, and then when you dump it, you don't have to get in close to it. I suggest some kind of a leather glove of some sort. That is lump charcoal, Bill.
And I figured
All
we'd just
natural
use
lump
the Kingsford, but this is what you use. You use the lump charcoal to cook with.
I'm what they call a lumphead, Bill. I believe in lump charcoal.
A lump head.
I'm a lumphead.
We may not get it. I may not have gotten all points of charcoal. Our secret ingredient today, Jack,
It's cool.
is something very cool. We'll tell you more about that in just a minute.
As soon as we get this chimney fired up,
Website of the week,
is
something that applies to charcoal.
yeah, it's thenakedwiz.com.
And I'm going to make sure we get the
And
actual
make sure you get your spelling correct. You don't want to go to the wrong Naked Wiz site. But
nakedwhiz.com.
Yeah, Naked Wiz is a review site. The fellows at Naked Wiz take all of the charcoal that is sent to them, and they actually do a complete review on it. They count briquettes, they test heat, they do their, they pour out lump. One of the problems with lump charcoal is it has a lot of smaller and larger pieces in it. And they'll tell you the percentage of large pieces to small pieces to dust. They'll test burn time. They'll do a whole lot of things at Naked Wiz. So if you're a charcoal head and you want to be able to use the best charcoal that you can use for the applications you're using from, especially if you're doing competition, then you'll be able to go ahead and choose wisely when you go to the Naked Wiz.
I mean, how many different brands of charcoal are there? You got Kingsford, I see this, I see Cowboy Lump. There doesn't seem to be that many.
Go to Naked Wiz, there are hundreds
Really?
of brands of charcoal.
All right.
Literally.
All right. As we let that cool up or heat up a little bit, our secret ingredient today is we promised something kind of cool.
Cool.
Now, this is actually a sugar-free version, which you probably wouldn't use. But
Actually, no, I do use the sugar-free version. I appreciate sugar-free more because you don't actually when you use this, you're not actually putting sugar into your rub. Kool-aid is a great product for bringing flavor profile to your rub. So if you want to make your rub have a cherry flavor to it, guess what? Cherry Kool-Aid in your rub will do the job. This is grape Kool-Aid. If you want to bring grape flavor to your rub, then you use grape Kool-Aid. It's great for lemon, lemonade, Crystal Light works good, Kool-Aid works good, anything, but you better make sure that you use the sugar-free version of what you're doing.
Do you use sugar-free?
Yeah, well, and actually the sugar-free version actually is sweetened. The non-sugar-free versions where you add sugar are unsweetened. It gets sour. You don't want sour in your mix. You want it to taste like, if you want cherry reflection in your rub, you want to make sure that you bring cherry and not sour cherry, because sour cherry is distasteful.
what would you use? What do you use most often? Cherry?
Yeah, and I like it. I use it often. Especially on my ribs when I want to bring a cherry reflection, because I use cherry wood when I do ribs. I have a little bit of cherry sauce. I have a little bit of cherry maraschino cherry juice in my in my sauce, so it all brings that cherry reflection to it. Cherry is very pleasant. Judges like it.
In fact, we talked last week about using the coffee. I used coffee on some ribs yesterday.
How'd it turn out?
Worked pretty good. I used the
nice.
Starbucks Via new instant stuff.
Brings a different reflection to it. And
Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid, good stuff.
Good stuff for a secret ingredient. That's it. We got to see. Yeah, not even close. I failed. It's still going, but not in time to get to this episode. The charcoal episode is over. Next week, we'll do some more fun stuff. Make sure you subscribe on iTunes. As always, send emails, questions. Either go to greattv.com and there's a little link there that says Ask a Question, or jack@greattv.com, bill@greattv.com.
Hug your mama.